It's 9 a.m.
It's 9 a.m. You know what that means.
Santa. Nintendo 64.
I see Chaz turned on the Christmas alerts, which admittedly, I think that's good actually, because in the past I think it's been a one stream thing.
Yeah.
But I think we need some cheer. Why not start the cheer early? It's December.
I need the cheer with the noise going on outside.
Yeah, I wonder if they can hear that. It might be too low, like with the music, for them to hear the rumble.
Yeah.
They're doing work outside, and
there's a generator and power tools.
And there's this low like that started at 8, I guess.
Did it? It woke me up.
Actually, no, it definitely started before that because I was up on my phone. So it actually started at like 7:30. Yeah. It's almost like that sound. That's my interpretation of a...
They're blocking our mailbox and our driveway and...
Yeah. It's fine. Thank you, Thomas. I practiced. Anyway, morning. Like I said before, it's December. You know, we do this every month. Where we're like, I can't believe it's this month. But the one that means the most... The one that means the most is absolutely December. Because December is the last time you can do it. And you're like, oh. So we've been...
Santa's coming to town.
We've been building up to this moment. And now it's here. So, for as as much of a roller coaster as the year has been, I'd say it's a fair assessment of the year, roller coaster. I'm hopeful for this final month to be, certainly better than some of the other months. And I hope, I guess if we're going to keep these alerts on this month, that it'll raise the cheer levels. Everyone will feel a little more jolly, a little more joyous. And everyone will probably subconsciously really want to rewatch Elf. Have you ever seen that?
I have not.
I've seen it once.
When did it come out?
Oh God, 15 years ago?
No, what year was that?
Well, I mean, that was an estimate. 15 years ago from now is 2005. But that sounds about right. Cobalt says 2003. Yeah, definitely that range. 2003. Okay. Yeah, that movie's 17 years old. That's really old. That's really, really old. Just told me I had to be here for the new one if it happens. Okay. It's fun for me. Because I don't plan this stuff. Everything is just a mystery to me. Celestial Zero says, do you watch Christmas Story? I know a lot of people who do. I've never seen it.
It was a big thing in Wisconsin. It'd be the day before Christmas break, and every teacher would show it in their classroom. And you'd get to your second class, and you'd be like, oh, first hour we're showing this. And then you'd get to third hour, and they'd be like, guess what we're gonna watch? They were trying to pick something no one else watched, but it was always A Christmas Story.
Yeah,
so I've seen the first hour a lot.
It's a tradition. I think it's a tradition everywhere. I don't think it's a Wisconsin thing specifically. I think it's just because during Christmas time, they run Christmas Story over and over and over and over. So, I had ample opportunity to watch it. Mm-hmm. I just never did. For some people, I know it's a family thing. like your parents have watched it a bunch. I don't know if my parents have ever seen it. So we just never watched it. I've seen the original Die Hard multiple times. But I don't think I've ever watched Christmas Story. But I'm familiar with it. Like, leg lamp. You'll shoot your eye out. Put tongue on pole. There we go. See, I covered all the bases, I think. Is that not what the movie is? That's like that's the whole movie. I don't know if there's more to the movie or not, but... Fudge? I'm not familiar with the fudge part. Did we get a leg lamp? I don't remember. Anyway, from what I know of Christmas Story, and having seen Die Hard multiple times,
Santa's coming to town.
I would rather just rewatch Die Hard. Personally. But we might actually watch it this year because you never saw it.
We could have a Patrick Swayze Christmas and gather at the Roadhouse.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what other like non-conventional Christmas movies there are, because like a lot of people, there's definitely some people that have issues with Die Hard being a Christmas film, and like I don't feel like I have to defend that. I feel like it just, to me, it just is. The whole thing takes place at Christmas. Been a while since I heard that. Oh, you know what? Another good.
We always watched not Bambi. Rudolph.
I was like, is Bambi a Christmas film?
No.
I've never seen Bambi, so I
I had a stuffed animal Bambi and a stuffed animal Rudolph growing up. So I got them confused for a second. And I was like, dear.
Bambi, the red-nosed reindeer.
Thomas says I wasn't allowed to watch Bambi. I'm sorry.
10 a.m.
Why?
Santa's coming
See, I
to
loved
town.
Bambi as a kid, especially the beginning, and then I would turn it off.
Wait a minute. Isn't it the beginning where the mom dies?
No, it's before that. It's the Drip Drip Drop Little April Shower song, and there's like...
Because for a minute there, I was like, ooh.
No, before that.
That's a yikes.
10 a.m. Santa's coming to town.
Let me see where that deer gets shot. All right, rewind the tape. Play it again. Thomas says my mom hated when the mom died and she destroyed the VHS. Jesus! It's a movie! It's not real. It's also a cartoon. And it's sad. Yeah. But, you know, things are done as plot devices for the overall story. They're not just out there killing deer for sport. You wouldn't understand. You're not. I'm not. I'm admittedly not. If I've seen Bambi, which I don't believe I have, but if I have seen it, I would have been very young. Now I do remember Fox and the Hound. I don't remember it in the sense that I remember what happens, but I remember that being really sad.
Yeah.
And I remember like watching that and then feeling like I did not want to watch that again. But I had it on VHS, so I don't know if I did watch it again or what. But that one's, I think, pretty depressing. The other thing is that like the way that you experience media is very different when you're older. Well, it's certainly different for me. So like whenever I watch stuff now, there's a lot more analyzing. Whereas when you're a child, you don't have any of those abilities. It's just like raw emotional power. So I can see how like certain we were talking about this recently with horror movies or something, where we're talking about how like it can be traumatic. So like these films can all actually be,
You know what we should watch?
traumatic.
Some of the Netflix Hallmark holiday movies. Like Christmas Prince and what's the Princess Switch one?
I just want you to know that I'm going to swear a lot. It's going to be loud. And at one point or two, I may get up off of the couch and raise my hands into the air. But if you're willing to deal with that, I would watch one.
Okay.
Also, Mike had asked if I'd ever seen Gremlins. No. I'm familiar. Like, in a lineup, I could identify which little monster was the gremlin. But that's it. So. Oh, I turned this. I was like, what? No, it's not. I was like, why isn't this scrolling? Chaz, that should definitely be the first movie Steven watches in 2 years. I'm just saying, like, I would watch it. I would watch something like that, but I'd probably have.
I kind of want you to.
And the thing is, I bet you anything that it's probably not even bad. It's probably not even like, it's probably just remarkably average. They're probably technically fine. There's probably a template and everything is just super, super safe. That's probably Hallmark. That's probably all the Hallmark movies. And that's why they all sound like they're the same thing, you know?
There was a picture I saw the other day of all the little thumbnails of them, or the box art or whatever, and the girl's always wearing red and the guy's always wearing green, and it's like, you couldn't tell them apart.
No, David Lynch said, watch Fantasia, please. It's a movie that I want to see at some point. I haven't yet. But it's higher on the list than it's higher on the list than Hallmark films. Of course, we might end up watching Hallmark. I don't know. I'm not sure. You haven't seen Fantasia? I mean, for what it's worth, Penguin Frog, you can replace Fantasia with like any film, and I'll be like, nah, I haven't seen it. But I have seen Home Alone 2: Lost in New York approximately 100 times. And I think that's worth something.
I've played the Genesis version of that game maybe over 100 times.
I just want everyone to know that I could set all those same traps. If we ever had two, comically stereotypical burglars break into the house, I would be tying paint cans to banisters. It would be great. Anyway, is there... Oh, C418. I mean, Bob on Battlefield. Want something a little cheerier while I read some alerts. I should probably do that. Hey, we had a sub from Resentsu. Welcome. 5 months from Elflara17. See, that's an appropriate username for today, as there's scenes from Elf.
Oh, I see.
We get a sub from the Lumberjacked. Welcome. 24 months.
Hi, Gibbs. He does not like the noise, and he's probably also cold.
I don't think he knows where the noise is originating, because he looked into the bathroom. It's like you can't get to it. Don't worry about it. It can't get you, and you can't get it, and you just have to exist with this very strange low rumble, bud.
Hopefully only today.
Oh, it's not even going to be the whole day.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I suspected they weren't done when they first did this a few weeks ago.
I was hoping they were, but it turns out they weren't.
Hi, bud.
Anyway, while he's making progress, 24 months from Kaze Ninja 17. Been subbed to you for 2 years now. been a blast of a time. I wasn't able to attend Breath of the Wild night, but I wanted to thank everyone who had given me good vibes the week before for my driver's test. They worked, and I am officially a licensed driver.
Congrats.
Congratulations. That's exciting. I remember whenever I got my license, and it was like, I did it. Got them wheels. It was a fun time.
See, I had to take my test in my mom's Camry. She had a Toyota Camry at the time, and I had
A what?
Camry. She always said Camry.
Ain't nobody heard no Camry.
Anyway, I had never driven it before,
Yeah.
and I accidentally turned on the high beams instead of the regular lights when they wanted me to test the lights. Like the first thing they have you do. And I was like, whoops.
It's fine.
I passed.
I mean, that's all that matters.
See, I can hear my mom in my head say Camry.
I can hear your mom saying that, so I
Yeah.
don't hold it against you. But now that you are out of her house, you must adjust Camry to Camry. Everyone's just saying it's camera. Can't wait to get to Camry talk. 7 months from Phoenix Zuzo. Hi, Stephen and Mal. A couple of months ago when I said I was out playing Pokemon, you jokingly said something about Whalmers. Well, I was actually after shiny Whalmers, and now I got one.
Nice.
Nice. I don't know a whole lot about Pokemon after the year 1999, but the one thing I know is that Whalmer big. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. 26 months from BC. BC, thank you. 23 months from Shaman. Thank you. And then 22 months from Haloloth. Good morning, grandparents in chat. Good morning. Hope your morning's going well so far. 4 months from Jotnamas, who says, just asked myself, who the heck is streaming this early? But the better question is, why am I up this early? It's us. Hi. We're up in the mornings. I mean, you know.
Do I want to be?
Do you?
No. Especially with that noise going.
Yeah, but Mal, you couldn't go back to sleep with that.
I know, and I hate it.
So you're up. Welcome to the world. 5 months from Cather9 streams. This is 5 months already. Wow, how time flies. And then after the 5 months is 6 months from Charhutch97. Whoa, 6 months. This that feels like a really long time for 2020, yet feels like no time at all. It's wonderful to see you have Thanksgiving with your parents. Caught me off guard. I hope everyone else had a good Thanksgiving as well. It was wonderful.
It was.
It was wonderful. If folks haven't had a chance to see the Thanksgiving vlog, you should check it out when you get a chance, because it's nice. It's wholesome, and I'm very hopeful that we can join them for Christmas.
Yeah.
That would be wonderful. 25 months from Sapphire Becca. 25. Too bad there isn't a Suro anniversary. Happy December, y'all. I wonder when.
Kepler is so concerned.
About that.
Nintendo 64 and Santa.
I don't think that's why he's concerned.
Santa's coming to
You don't think
town.
so?
Okay, actually, maybe just slight. I watched that when that one came in. I watched his face, and he was like, he just looked over as the Santa comes in. He just. I don't think that's why he's on edge, though.
Yeah.
He's on edge from the sound.
Yeah.
And buddy, there's no way I can turn that off. I mean,
but-
could I turn that off? Yes, but could that create some problems? Probably. If I just went out there and said, "Y'all are done," just turned it off. It'd probably be bad. Probably wouldn't work out great. 500 bits from Retro Remedies. He says, so I had this plan in my head for an epic comeback message, but someone gifted a sub to me. So I haven't been here since I got COVID, and I've been relaxing, but happy to be back, especially for my birthday during the Breath of the Wild stream Friday. So the early birthday,
Yeah.
it's going to be this Friday.
Early
So happy early birthday. You got through COVID, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back. You know, being gone for that reason is, I guess, not the best thing in the world. But you're back. So welcome back. We got 100 bits from Laney Bears. Thank you, lady. 300 from Ann. Says, I may have to depart at any time because we are getting a new stove delivered today. Happy December to all, and a Christmas box is on its way to grandparents. Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
The new stove thing is something that my parents can relate to.
Yeah.
We never talked about it on the vlog.
No.
Because it got solved like relatively quickly.
Yeah.
My parents got a new oven last year, right? Last December.
Mm-hmm.
They got a new oven last December,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think it was 2 or 3 days.
3 days.
3 days before Thanksgiving, the oven broke. Like this year, obviously, because that's past December. So 3 days before Thanksgiving, the oven broke, and Mom was like, "That's
It's not even a year old."
Yeah, it was less than a year old, but then also it was like, oh, we're planning to do Thanksgiving. The oven broke. It was a whole thing, actually, because she called, and they were like, well, we can't get someone out there until December 15th.
Well, they were saying like the 5th, and then when she called back, they were like, oh no, it's gonna be the 15th.
Yeah, and she was like, this is a little infuriating. She called them, they said December, 15th, and she was like, that's after the warranty ends, because the warranty ended December 4th, because that was when she got it last year. And the guy on the phone said, do you want to take out an extended warranty? And she goes, no! What? It's less than a year! I'm calling you to tell you it's less than a year! Because it's warranted for a year. And he was like, okay.
Well, they can't get to see you till
They can't get to see you.
Santa's coming to town.
So, she eventually got it resolved. I think she called.
She got him to give her their repair people, their local repair people.
And then
and
called
they-
the repair people.
And they were like, yeah, we'll be there tomorrow.
So the repair people came out and did it the next day.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to replace the stove, but they had to, like, I don't know.
There was something
Touch
that needed to be
something
replaced
inside-
or something,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
Apparently
that
it was easy to fix.
that whole thing was wild to me. The idea of, like, yes, my warranty is ending in 2 weeks. Okay, well, it'll be 3 weeks till we can get there.
And then it's out of warranty.
And then it's out of warranty. No, I'm calling you now. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, we had Thanksgiving. 27 months from LHMS 1704. Happy 27 and happy December 1st. It's officially my Christmas break, and I'm very excited for that.
Yay.
I can now use my time to bake Christmas cookies and buy the last Christmas gifts. Happy moment. Hope you have an incredible day. Love from Norway. Well, enjoy Christmas cookie time. So I'm not yet in like Christmas cookie mode because we just finished
Pie.
Thanksgiving pie.
Yes.
And it's such a different feel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a very different... It's not the same. It's not just dessert. No. It's like... There's something different about snacking on Christmas cookies versus, like, sitting down and having a slice of pie. But I'm looking forward to the Christmas cookies. Because that era will be upon us soon.
Spritz.
Yeah. Spritz or, my mom tends to make a lot.
Yeah.
So there will be a lot to choose from. We got 4 months from Cody the Positron, who says, as if this year hasn't been rough enough, I found out last night that my dog has a tumor in her stomach and needs to be put down. Thank you both for being a ray of sunshine and a great distraction. Cody, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. As someone who has been there and what still feels very, very recent,
Yeah.
my heart goes out to you, and me and Mao and all of chat sends the best vibes we can. I'm so sorry. I hope that the streams help, and then I hope that maybe to some degree the rest of December will help as well. Christmas cookies. Finding something to create a distraction. It's helpful. We needed the distraction, back in February also. Of course, we also got the world's biggest distraction less than a month later, when literally the world was like, how about this pandemic? So, blessing and a curse. We have 300 bits from Wise Old Al, who says, first breakfast stream I've made live because my mother and I are in quarantine. It's been a rough week, but this helps a lot. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
And at least you get to quarantine together. I'm assuming that's what that meant. So that's good. It's nice to be around another person. I've heard, I've heard from some folks who are quarantining, they're alone, and it's harder. It's certainly harder. Like, it's been nice to be around Mal. I mean, just like in general.
Oh.
Like, I don't know if you knew this, but I like you a little bit. So, even though we can't...
A little? I'll settle for that.
And, I miss being able to see other folks. I miss having folks come in and, like, let's play a board game.
Yeah.
I miss that. But at least, I have you to bother. 4 months from Ocarina of Me, who says, another month, another good vibes reminder. Good vibes. 12 months, hold on.
I think that noise is getting louder.
It does, which doesn't make any sense because it's outside of the house. The only way it can get louder is if it comes up the driveway.
And it can't.
Maybe they turned it up.
They're running fiber lines in our neighborhood. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So they're like digging holes under with something.
Yeah. 12 months. From Gonzo Tinkerman, it says, "'Tis truly only 12 months. Feels like years. Thanks for being a super hip tree grandpa and sassy paintbrush grandma for so long." You're welcome. Oh yeah, you guys really hear it now. Yeah. Now you get to exist in our personal hell.
Running fiber lines will be good in the end though, right? Well, we have 2 ISPs that we can have.
It's a rival ISP. We already have fiber.
Yes.
This is a rival ISP, so people that don't already have fiber can have fiber. So I could care less. But good sounds. Anyway, let's keep reading alerts, because the more that we talk, the more that we disguise the sound. I hope that it's not a long day. I hope that they get that done, quickly. 500 bits from Squid, who says, "Hello, Nintendo 64 kid. We love seeing you every year. Also, hi, grandparents." Hi, Squid. I feel like that kid did an interview. Like,
I'm not sure.
I don't know if I imagined that. I've seen several different things where, like, kids from, viral videos, they
Squid says he did.
Okay, they've interviewed several, like, famous, like, kids that were in viral videos, like, as they're adults, and now I'm starting to get them confused. So it's hard to remember. Morning, Seb. Hope your morning's going well. We got 27 months from Danny XX. One of life's great mysteries is how people continue to come up with clever things to say each month after resubbing for 27 months. It's true. It's true. It's a lot of times that you've had to say a thing.
Yeah.
So it gets difficult. Some people will like to not have a message, and that's fine too. It's not necessarily the absence of cleverness. It's just, I'll take a mental break. Oh my God, is it? Something's happening.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but the stopped. Brandon says the N64 kid's name is Brandon. Neat. Brandon, is it you? Are you the N64
Is that why he knew what his name was?
That's the only explanation I got. That's it. Also, no, it's not over. You guys can't hear it now. It's still like low roar outside.
Well, when I took a peek outside, they had a generator in front of our mailbox.
Cool.
Cords running to the power box.
Cool.
And then I looked out that bathroom window, and I saw another generator and guys working across the street, like, that way.
Cool. Again, I think they'll be done today. I hope. We don't have to record anything today. Mal's painting is done. By the way, if you haven't seen the painting, Mal painted the Wooded Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey. Time-lapse is out now, and the full will be out today. Right?
You have to watch it. I'm done.
If it's not out today, it's my fault. It should be out today.
I mean, I was done with it last night, but we had other things that were more pressing.
Yeah. We had other things to do. Part of my brain's like, delve into the complicated nature of health insurance in the United States, and then the other part of my brain's like, no. It's quick version for those that are not in the States. It's sign up time for health insurance. You have until
open enrollment.
Open enrollment. You have until mid-December.
15th for regular.
So you have to. It's time to read plans and decide on all sorts of different things. It's great. 200 bits from Squirrel. Thank you, Squirrel. We got a sub from Norian Mitch. I think that's how you say that. Welcome. 300 bits from Arpiga says, December, surely you mean March again. Time is meaningless. Agreed with that last part. Time is meaningless. You know, before we started streaming, the individual days didn't even really matter.
No.
Every day was just identical.
Mm-hmm.
But then we started streaming, so then some days had certain meaning, which was helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, we've started reliably taking Sundays off since streaming. So our life actually has much more structure.
Yeah.
Like, our life has more structure now than it
had.
did a few years ago. I'm grateful for that. I know sometimes people, you know, when they look at us and what we do and stuff, they're like, oh, you know, y'all don't, you have lack of structure, lack of schedule. But it's actually a lot better than it was. It's a lot better than it was. I look back on you know, past years and I'm like, that was bad. Now it's okay.
And I mean, I'd like it to be a bit better.
Yeah, like, there's certainly things could be better, but, like, I don't know, man. When I think back to certain years and how difficult they were and how much I worked and how little I slept. Forgot about the Die Hard one. Anyway, moving on. 27 months from DC20 Will Save. It says, celebrating my third sub baby on this Merry Crunch-sember. Merry Crunch-sember to you, DC20. 19 months from We Win. For 19 months here, back to watching breakfast streams as I prepare for work, so I'll be lurking as I get ready. Stay warm. I just say that now because it's cold. If it's cold where you are, stay warm. And if it's not, then, I don't know, enjoy Texas or whatnot. Our high today is 48. And our low is 30.
Yeah.
That's, you know, that's cold enough to snow.
Yeah.
I mean, our low is 30, and, like, it won't get that low again for a little bit, but...
I mean, this is Florida. Orlando.
Florida's low
Also
is 36,
cold.
yeah.
Yeah.
Zark says it's cold in Texas. 40
29
in
in
Texas.
Austin. Yeah.
Yeah, it's... So from what the weatherman said, it sounds like it might be a warm Christmas. And, like, I'm down for that. I'm always down for that. But it has been cold. And we were talking to Alex and Haley, and they said...
They had flurries last night.
Yeah, they had flurries last night in Birmingham. And they're like, it's here. Winter's here. And winter, that, you know, winter is a concept that means different things to different people depending on where they live. But I agree. I mean, it's it's gotten cold here enough for me to be like, yes, it's winter is here.
Yeah.
But then since doing that, it's also been like, ha, just kidding.
80.
Yeah.
Santa's coming to town.
So I don't know. It's gotten into like the low 40s, and I'm like, oh, that's cold. And it's like, 74. And I'm like, all right. It's whenever you feel like staying cold. In the meantime, I'll continue to wear long sleeve shirts. 13 months from Write the Book Ninja says, introduce my younger sister to your content. She loves it. Already had times where she's been excited and had to show me moments. Thank you for being the best and original internet grandparents. Wishing a happy festive season. Wish I could give more. Aw, well, that's very sweet. It's always nice whenever folks introduce, our stuff to other people, but I think especially family, because there's, a certain kinship that you share anyway, but then to be able to share additional things is nice. That's nice. I like that. Certainly there's plenty to watch. That's the only thing I always worry about whenever folks get introduced to our stuff, is I always hope that it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
We've got a lot. There's a lot to see. So, I hope people don't feel pressured to watch everything. Just, pick and choose and have fun. And, don't ever worry too much about how many videos there are. Just don't. Just watch something. It's fine. Or, yeah, as Magic Lemma says, just make them watch Tulip. Done. And if that's all they ever watch, that's fine, too. 10 months from Maximin, who says, wowie zowie, 10 months, I'm a big boy. So are Wisconsin people just American Canadians? Because the stereotypical Wisconsin accent is literally just the stereotypical Canadian accent. Yeah.
What's the movie?
Fargo?
Thank you.
I like how that's all it took. What's the movie? Fargo is the movie? Yes, Fargo is the movie.
I was trying to think of the name of the town, and all I could picture in my head was a map of where it is. And I'm like, but what's the name? And my brain's just like, look at this map, it's right there. And I'm like, I know, but what's the name?
Yeah. Yeah, Wisconsin and Minnesota both. And depending on who you ask, probably more so Minnesota, but I'm just going to lump them together, and I think that's fair. I think folks in the Midwest will be like, that's fair.
They like the Vikings.
Oh, Christ. It's fine. Yeah, it's, and it's so close. Oh, yeah, in the UP.
Well, that should be Wisconsin.
Oh, my God. You're going to annex part of the
Haley
part
and
of
I
the
talked
state?
about that once, yes.
So yeah, those places, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and in the UP, they're all close to Canada. So it actually makes a lot of sense that you've got that crossover there. I bet you and John would get along real well. You'd be able to be like, "Hey, John," and John would be like, "Oh, hey, Meow." That'd be it. That'd be the whole conversation. It literally sounds like I've never talked to John ever. Hey, that's a lot of beef. 300 Bits from Line Rider says, before he became a vegetarian, my brother would have syrup with his spaghetti inspired by the Elf movie. Coincidentally, did that lead to your brother becoming a vegetarian? Like, one day his senses wake up and he's like, oh, this is bad. This is not good.
Chad is pointing out that John is from, like, eastern Canada, but now lives north of Montana. Nowhere near the Midwest.
It's fine. It's fine. I hope John knows that I take my free pass on him being a Canadian and give him a free pass on me being a Southerner. And that will continue to be a fun thing for me, and I hope he knows that he has free reign to do with that as he will. I don't feel like I'm the best, like, Southerner, but I'm also aware that I live here and I'm familiar with the customs and traditions and things like that. So, if he wants to, he's got free reign. He's got free reign. Anyway, let's see.
Speaking of John, Chat's asked about disc only tonight.
It's not tonight. Yeah, Disc Only is next week. Listen, it's not my fault. I know that I said it was tonight, and it was. It moved. It's moved a lot. Twice, 3 times. Quick version. It's always supposed to be the first Tuesday, and it was going to be the first Tuesday, but then Jared was like, I can't do this Tuesday, I want to do next Tuesday. We're like, cool, that's fine. So we do it next Tuesday, and we tell everyone, we're like, hey, next Tuesday. And then Jared's like, never mind. Actually, I can do it the other Tuesday. So we're like, oh. So we move it back to the first. So it's like, all right.
And then you said something.
And I'm like, all right, it's going to be the first, cool. And then John's like, actually, I can't do the first. Can we do the 8th again? And I'm like, oh my God. So as of right now, this second moment in time.
It's next week.
It's the 8th. Mark your calendar. People would figure it out, though, because they'd go to watch it tonight, and it wouldn't happen. And then they'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
So it's fine. It's fine. That was bits from Full Metal Grizz 98, who says, good morning, y'all. Hope everything is going great. What are some of y'all's favorite Christmas movies? So we were talking a little bit about it earlier, but my favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. I think it counts. And I'd say that that's probably my favorite Christmas film. Although, I gotta put maybe equal with Die Hard would be Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
I watched that a lot growing up. My parents are big fans of comedy and of the Lampoon films, and Christmas Vacation was always a hoot. God, sorry. Now I'm just like running through parts of the film, and I'm like, it's really funny.
Squid says Jim Carrey's Grinch. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
See, I liked that a lot when it came out.
I've never seen it. I've seen obviously the original Grinch, which is only 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
And I've seen like a tiny amount of the Grinch on the television, but I've never actually watched the Jim Carrey movie. And I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan, so I feel like I would, I'd probably like it, but I've never seen it.
See, I have fond memories of watching White Christmas with Haley.
You did that in college?
Yeah. There's some really dull parts. A lot of really dull parts. But I have fond memories of watching it with her.
Hopefully at some point in the future we can get together with them and watch.
We can each pick a Christmas movie.
Watch 4 Christmas films. Back to back. We got 300 bits from Pink Matima, who says, after the Ribcage montage came out 3 weeks ago, I binge-watched all the Fallout episodes, and I am proud to announce I finished episode 270 like 20 minutes ago. Thanks to the great work on that LP, Grandpa. Now I am behind on Breath of the Wild streams again. Oops. Hey, congrats. That's a long series. That's a really, really long series. I don't even know how long it is.
Episode 270?
Like, this is a huge estimate here. They're about 40 minutes. So 270 times 40 divided by 60. It's like 180 hours. That's my estimate. So it's a long series. I'd like to think that it's fairly rewarding. I think it's pretty rewarding if you watch the series and then experience the ending. I think the ending is a little more. I think it's good no matter what. Like, even if you haven't seen the series, the ending's good, but the ending's better if you've seen the whole thing. Anyway, it sounds like you liked it, so I'm glad that you liked it. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. 300 bits from Adrian Quell, who says, I think my big Christmas movie is It's a Wonderful Life, even if it's a little bit more a movie set around Christmas than a Christmas movie. Is that the one?
That is the one.
Okay. Yeah, that's the Chaz movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that's I just want to be like, that's Chaz's favorite movie.
It's
definitely
that's
not.
Why, no.
It's definitely not Chaz's favorite movie.
Every Christmas, Chaz posts "Merry Christmas, Bedford Falls" quote.
Yeah, every year at Christmas,
every year.
Chaz posts that. I mean, and honestly, several places.
I've known Chaz since 2007, and like every year. So I attribute that movie to Chaz.
It's true. It's hard to think of that without thinking of Chaz. And now I realize that what I need to do is I need to take... Yes, very specifically. What I need to do is I need to take that part of that movie and use...
Make it an alert?
No. I take that part of that movie and then do the... What's it called? The facial AI thing where you like
and
map...
And you put Chaz's face in it?
Yeah. And be like, boom. Done. I don't know how to do that. I've never researched it. I assume that at some point all of that stuff will be so mainstream it'll just be like built into Premiere and the other NLEs. Like it'll be in DaVinci. Deepfakes deepfakes. 23 months from Ange, who says it snowed here last night and the local schools are out. So even though I don't teach anymore, my son only goes to preschool on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're excited for our first snow day. Well, that's exciting.
Oh yeah, I heard you guys got a bunch of snow.
I'm actually really curious if we're going to get any snow this year. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It's possible. We did not get any last year or the year before.
Like, it's getting low enough sometimes for the snow to occur. We just have to have, you know, the moisture.
At the same time, yes.
So I'm not sure when that'll happen exactly, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We got 3 months from Doodlebrock. She says, hello there, grandparents. I hope you and the Chad are doing well this morning. If I may, I'd like to request prayers and good vibes for my friend. His father is currently on a ventilator due to COVID, and things are not looking good. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear about that. I mean, we will certainly send all of the good vibes your way. Chad has got your back. My sincerest best for your friend's father, and I hope things turn around. I mean, certainly, you know, I've read a roller coaster of stories over the course of this year regarding COVID, and you know, some of them turn out okay. You know, like, and that's just what you have to cross your fingers for. But certainly, you know, wish him well and hope everything starts looking up. We got 300 bits from Chill Days. It says, on the topic of Christmas movies, my ultimate Christmas movie is a Czech Cinderella movie from 1973, entirely dubbed in Norwegian by one guy. I have never heard of such a thing. Entirely dubbed by one. Tweet that at me, please. Tweet me the information related to this. I would like to learn more about this. I like even sometimes when I don't end up watching some of this stuff, like I just like to learn about it. Like, there's a lot of movies that I've learned about that I've never seen. So at some point, maybe we'll get a chance to actually watch them.
There's a book series I like, and I follow the author on Twitter. And the first book in the series is The Bear and the Nightingale. And it's based off a northern Russian fairy tale. And there's a Mystery Science Theater movie they riff on that's a movie of that same fairy tale. Yeah. And the author was tweeting screenshots of the actual movie, not the Mystery Science Theater, with the cutouts version. And it's one of my favorite episodes of Mystery Science Theater. And it's about Old Man Winter.
I just want to see this Norwegian thing. 19 months from Desson Lee. It says, yeah, 19 months. A bit delayed, but your patented good vibes kicked in, and I start training at my new job this week. It's closer, like walking distance, and I was hired on the spot.
Congratulations.
That's pretty great. Dang. Those are two very good things. Hired on the spot's good, certainly, but then also being within walking distance is good. I mean, I guess that really depends strongly about, like, where you live.
Yeah.
Where we live, there could not be a job within walking distance.
Yeah.
But
what's the word that they do on real estate listings? Walkability?
Walkability. Low walkability. Like, ours would be like walkability high if you want to walk into a highway. If you want to walk right into the road, we got you covered. But everything else, low. 27 months from Perentry. It doesn't seem like it's been this long.
No. But it's been 27 months.
Yeah, I can't believe that we've been streaming as long as we have. But it's been fun. We're also getting to the point where, like, it won't take too much longer. We'll be coming up on, like, 2.5 years.
Yeah.
You know, and at that point, it's just hop, skip, and jump to people hitting 3 years. It'll be wild the day we start seeing 3s in the chat. On the little badges, it'll be like, what? That's more than 2.
Statman, yes. Jack Frost is the Mystery Science Theater version.
Oh my god. 21 months from Adoodle. Hey, Adoodle, thank you. 3 months from JF Becker, 1998, with the Kepi emotes.
He calmed down a little bit, but now he's on edge again.
Well, the brr, 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 brr started up again. It's
Yeah.
not as loud as it was, so I don't know if you guys can hear it. But it started up again, so he's like
It's gonna be a long day for poor Kepi.
He's half dazed. He's like he just lays his little head down. He's trying to relax.
Yeah.
I think he understands at this point that noise is not going to go away, so he has to kind of live with it. Sorry, bud. It won't be forever. Jill said, I've been up for 13 and still have not seen the sun yet. 13 hours. I mean, have you considered sleeping? A little bit.
Make sure you get that vitamin D.
I mean, for what it's worth, if you've been up for 13 hours, that's not 16 hours.
No.
16 hours, 8 hours. It's 24. So, like, I don't know, do you? Hey, we've talked about this, ad nauseum, but, if what you're doing works for you, do it. Brandon says, now you're just saying numbers. Not true. Not true. 8 hours for sleeping, 16 hours for being awake. They add up 24 hours. That's a day. I just taught folks about days. I'm doing my part.
Calendar has 12 months.
A day has 24 hours. You sleep for 8, you're awake for 16. Like, with some wiggle room, probably.
Yes.
The older you get, the less sleep that you need. So, like...
Supposedly.
So you could probably do, like, 18 and 6. Or 17 and 7. I don't know. Okay, fair. Fair, Brandon. 2 months from River TW. Thanks. 2 months also from Zalasan, who just says, neat. 13 months from Noah says, 13 is a lucky number in Judaism, so I guess it's all downhill from here. Certainly there's other lucky numbers in Judaism. I don't know them, but there's probably more. Probably might be like a little roller coaster. It might be like some unlucky months and then like a good month. What if you do 13 twice, right?
No, it says 26 maybe.
There you go, 26. You have that to look forward to. See, there's... Whatever the lucky number is, you just keep doing it. I got this figured. Listen, if you need numbers, just ask me.
You have all the numbers.
I have so many numbers. I know so many numbers. 500 bits from Item Crafting Live. He says, if we're talking movies, I'm going to say again that you two would love the documentary Tim's Vermeer. It's entirely about painting and cameras, and it's directed by Teller from Penn & Teller. I think I wrote that down. I feel like I wrote that down. Because I vaguely remember movie from Teller being directed by Teller. Anyway, at some point. Haven't watched a movie in 2 years. At some point.
The Hallmark Netflix Christmas movie.
I mean, Chaz is right. It will be a little depressing if that's my return to watching film. My return to watching cinema is a Hallmark movie. Be like, what'd you last see? Star Wars. Okay, nice. How long ago? 2 years. Oh, did you watch anything new? Yeah, Hallmark. It's not great. It's fine. It's fine. I would just have a lot to say. 26 months at Tier 2, Gold Toast from Rianne74. Thank you, Rianne. 300 bits from Nunshoes. Has anyone here seen The Family Stone? It's like the antithesis of a Hallmark Christmas movie, but still heartwarming in its own way. I have never heard of The Family Stone.
Me neither.
Oh wait, no, for a minute I was like, isn't that the thing that you bend over backwards and kiss? But that's the Blarney Stone,
Yes.
not the Family Stone. Got those confused. There was just a brief moment where I wasn't sure.
And
but
you
now
were
I
making
remember.
fun of me for confusing Bambi and Rudolph for a second.
Those should not be confused. Mine, I'm
Oh,
allowed.
come on.
Can you imagine if they redid Bambi, but it was Rudolph? I'd watch that. I think that'd be a good take on that. Anyway, 300 bits from Colin McVickers says, Santa! 4 months from Will A. Peters. It says, hi, Stephen and Mal. My Christmas movie of choice is 8 Crazy Nights, the Adam Sandler movie. I have not seen that in a long time, but I have seen that.
I haven't seen that.
It is, as far as I remember, it was not awful. It was certainly not bad. It was interesting too, because like, it's an animated Christmas movie starring Adam Sandler. It's such a weird. It's like all of these random things put together. But yeah, I vaguely remember. And also, it's interesting, probably from the perspective of getting a theatrically released adult animated film. I think is actually probably the most interesting part of that. But it was also, I think, around the height of Adam Sandler's career, if Adam Sandler wanted something done, he could have had something done because he was such a big star in film. People are asking for beans. Yeah,
Thomas can run the beans. He was like behind all of this.
Yeah, Thomas can run beans. Thomas can even surprise. I mean, it's too late. I already did it. But like at any point, there could be a morning where Thomas just does it. I can't stop him. I literally cannot stop him. I want people to understand that. I can't stop him from doing it. Thomas says, I've been in and out. I got work. Thomas could just pop in and do beans and leave. I can't. I don't know how to do it. 8 more days before break. You got it. You're doing great. Keep it up. I can't wait to see my DDR pad. 21 months from Azelle with a knee. Oh God, it was only 3 months ago that I had Twitch twins, and now they're old enough to drink. Time flies when you haven't been around live lately. Anyways, happy holidays for everyone, and still be safe to all. Happy holidays. Thomas says, can't wait to get it out of my house. You know, I've actually, I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to do, because for the longest time, you know, I assumed that I was probably just going to move some stuff around and put a computer in the living room. Mm-hmm. But what's that sound?
The dishwasher.
Oh, I was like, what's that sound? I was like, they put a generator in our kitchen. Anyway, I was looking into it, and someone has done a build of Stepmania on the latest high end Raspberry Pi. So the Raspberry Pi 4B 8 gig supports Stepmania. The problem is it doesn't run at 60 FPS. So I'm like, my options are either move forward with that and deal with it, or like, I guess, run it at like 30, or just not.
That's what I said, Thomas.
I mean, it's true.
That's not the number, but that's what I said.
Yeah. There's a lot of computers in this house. So yeah, I'll just do that. I just hate the idea of like we're going to have to put like there's going to be a tower just sitting next to the TV. And it's going to be like, what's that for? Oh, that's for DDR. That's it. That's the whole That's the whole thing.
What is it doing otherwise?
Nothing.
I know.
Thomas is right though when he says February or March, because I have to I don't have just like a
Computer you can put down there.
Yeah, I don't have one I can just be like, oh, here we are. Like I don't have that. Like I have to move things around, probably take parts out. I need to
People
format
don't
stuff.
understand why you're talking about this either.
Oh, there's no context for this.
No.
So pre-pandemic, we bought a really, really nice DDR pad. And we bought it on Facebook Marketplace. And it was it in Florida?
It was like an hour from Thomas.
Yeah, it was about
2 weeks before.
2 weeks before. It was near Thomas. Yeah, Cobalt Flux pad. Mr. Deathkills knows. It was a Cobalt Flux pad, and it was an hour away from Thomas. Thomas volunteered to go get it, so Thomas went and got it. Had his house, and then they were like, pandemic.
We had plans to go visit my dad and Rhonda, Thomas, and Alex and Haley, and do kind of a loop in March, and then that didn't happen.
So...
And then Thomas was, he thought about bringing it here because he was going to go visit his parents for spring break. That also didn't happen.
So there is a very, very nice metal DDR pad that's been sitting in Thomas's room for 9 months, pushing 10 months. So I don't remember, but apparently I talked about it on Disco Only. Anyway, yeah, that's something I'll get it soon, and then I got to figure out all the stuff about run. Also, we've never tested it.
Yeah.
Because Thomas can't test it. So if it doesn't work, I'm gonna call Roland. I'm gonna say, Roland, make this work.
He knows people that repair arcade cabinets.
Yeah,
they can probably fix it.
Yeah. Thomas says, I guess I could. Well, it's pointless for you to test it.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't work, what are you going to do? Nothing.
Still bring it to us?
You're still going to bring it to us, and we're going to deal with it, so you might as well just not worry about it. We got 300 bits from Cats Online 1. Good morning. Hope your day goes well. I have a fun fact. It takes Neptune 165 Earth years to make a trip around the sun. Can you tell that I took one space class and love knowing details like this? Also, I send kisses for Kepi. Kepi. You a sweet boy?
Kepi.
He says yeah. He says yeah. I also took one space class. I took an astronomy class in...
college.
Well, I was trying to think, junior year?
I think so.
And I loved it.
I took one...
I loved it.
Freshman year of college.
It was...
and in high school.
It was like one of my favorite classes I ever took in college, hands down. An elective, obviously, but... Thomas says you get it December 28th.
I'll pencil you in.
It's a date. Also, we'll be here.
Yep.
We'll be here.
December 28th. Thomas.
That's the whole day event. Thomas. 27 months from JCJX. 2020 has been crazy, but it's coming to an end finally. What are the top 3 things / happenings of 2020 that each of you will miss when 2021 comes by? Please not let them be food, though. Thank you for 27 months of love, Stephen Amau and community. Things that I'll miss from 2020 is a hard sell. That statement is a hard sell. That being said, for a lot of the awful that 2020 has brought, being stuck inside, our plans getting uprooted, right? I'm definitely going to say getting caught up on things. Like, the big thing is Fallout. The big thing is Fallout. Like, I don't think that, I really don't know that Fallout would have been completed otherwise. But it did. Because we had a lot of plans, like Mal said, for,
we were gonna go see...
That was going to be...
March. Your birthday.
In March, we were going to go to Florida and Birmingham and come back. So, like, we had plans. There would have been other plans.
Florida and Birmingham.
And there would have been other plans for this year, too. So, like...
Coliseum.
Yeah, so...
yeah.
A lot of stuff would have been different. And, like, I hate that we didn't get to do those things, but the flip side is... Fallout got done. 2018 vlogs are releasing. Like, there's clearly some good. There's clearly some good. West Florida. And is that 3 things? No, but I can't come up with more than one thing. That's like the extent, I think, of good about 2020. Do you have anything? Because you didn't have old albatrosses like I did.
No.
So you might not have any. Fair. So out of the 6 things between us...
I started on a thing that will hopefully happen next year.
Oh, yeah. Mal started on a
thing.
A thing.
It's not work-related.
Not work-related. Yeah, we'll talk about that whenever we finally get to that bridge.
Yeah.
12 months from Snowy Satoru. Satoru. That's a year. Thank you. 30 bits from Jithy Picard says, I managed to get the PS5. Not from a scalper, and so I get to pick that up before my birthday on Sunday. I'm hoping things get a bit better where I live so I can go to Christmas. Hey, awesome. Who managed... Now I'm super curious. Who managed to get either a PS5 or Xbox One Series X/S? Like, who at this point, like, physically has the system? River TW did. Damon got a PS5. Goosewap. Armor Front. Okay, so actually a fair bit of you. Half. Half. They're, they're hard to get. Jules, who wants to give me one? So, I think I was talking about it recently about how, eventually I have to get the systems. Like, I'm almost legally required to get them because people, developers and stuff are going to send stuff. And it happened yesterday. I got an email from a company, and they're like, there's no, like, written agreement. I don't have to play the game or anything. But they just said they wanted to send me a special edition of a game that they were releasing, a special physical edition for PS5. They're like, if you want it, just let us know. We'll send it your way. So I emailed them back, and I was like, that sounds awesome. I want to let you know I do not have a PS5. I was like, I'm going to get one eventually. But I just want you to know that, like, I don't have any way to play this. So, they said, that's fine. They're like, we wish you luck in getting one whenever you can get one. I was like, okay. So, yeah, at some point here, I'll be getting a PS5 game in the mail. I didn't tell you about that.
No, you didn't.
Well, there's one coming. There's one coming. We got 9 months from Juliet27, who says, "Oh my God, I got a baby. I shall call him Decim. I originally read it as Denim, and I realize now that it's not. It's not denim. It's not denim. Anyway, congrats on 9 months. There's folks asking about the game that I got. You have to wait and see. Thomas, is it Pokemon? Popular PS5 game, Pokemon. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You'll have to wait and see. It'll show up in the vlogs. I'll open it up and be like, here. But if for speculation purposes, if you want, it's I don't think it's a PS5 exclusive. I'm fairly certain it's not, but it's a game that is getting like a special physical edition or something. So I think maybe the fact it's getting a physical edition at all is a thing. I don't know. You'll see. We have 6 months from Damon Live 4, who says, our dog was put to sleep 2 days ago after she'd been degrading physically and mentally for about 2 weeks from sudden cancer. Thanks to the entertaining distractions and to those going through similar troubles, good vibes indeed. I'm glad that there can be, some sense of solidarity, amongst folks who have had to deal with... I mean, like, losing a pet is just, it's hard anyway. Like, you don't want to lose a pet, like, full stop, period. But, like, especially when it's sudden.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's just nice when folks share those sorts of stories, because it helps folks that are going through things, especially recently, to not feel alone. Because when it's happening, it really, truly feels like the world is closing in on you. It's a terrible situation, but it's nice to hear from other folks and know that, like, you're not alone. It's going to take a little time, but you will get through this, and you'll be able to look back, at your pet with fond memories for the good and not for, how everything ended. Source. Me. Me. We got 13 months from Seraphim, who says, health insurance sign-up is confusing and I hate it, which is why I got it done.
Yeah, it's confusing and I hate it too.
I feel like I understand it. I certainly understand it better than I used to.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's not, I don't think it's designed to be easy.
No.
I don't think it's designed to be easy. I think it's designed to be confusing. But once you can wrap your mind around, like, there's a few things that you really should learn about it, like some of the terms, and then once you know that, you can make a more educated decision. A lot of it comes down to math. Like, if you know, like, the numbers and what they mean, you can kind of figure out. You can kind of estimate, like, what your cost in a year is going to be. And, like, there's always the chance that, like, there's a sudden medical emergency, in which case all bets are off. But, you can make an educated guess. Or if you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're going to have a surgery next year, like, if you know you're going to have a medical procedure, that makes signing up for insurance really interesting.
Yeah.
Really interesting. Because at some point, you're basically just looking at the out-of-pocket max. You're like, this is the amount I'm going to pay. And then you're just figuring out that number between your monthly premium multiplied times 12, and you're adding them together, and you're just trying to figure out what makes the most sense. Anyway, I get low PTSD when I think about health insurance, so I'll move on. We got 10 months from Lunati Witch. Thank you. Thank you, Luna. 666 bits from Aldo, who says, I've started playing Magic Arena again and had somebody play a card that cost 2 life when they only had 2 life. I'm not sure if they were panicking and didn't read or just didn't want me to kill them. It could go either way there. There's some folks that really, they just, they don't like the idea of losing. And because they don't like the idea of losing, they would rather just, like, off themselves. They'd rather play the card, take their own life, and be like, haha, I didn't lose to you, I lost to me. They don't want to, I guess they don't want to give you the satisfaction. Jill said that doesn't even consider copays. Well, if you're considering out of pocket, then you're considering copays. If you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're going to have a procedure or surgery or something done that covers the entirety of your out-of-pocket, then that's technically covering copays. The other thing, I'll keep this brief, it's just something I need to scream into the void about the American healthcare system, is that if you are going to do something like that, you're literally better off to try and make things happen as early as you can in the year. Because once you've met your deductible or out of pocket, then you can have other things done. It also means that if you don't have any procedures done until late in the year, that your insurance, it's not helping you. It's actually wild. If you're going through healthcare in like a normal way, then by the time you get to October, November, hopefully you've met your deductible, and then it's like a free-for-all sprint during the last 2 months of the year to do any and all healthcare things that you can. Anyway, it's, I'll move on. 27 months from Cinderdog. He says, good morning. In 2 weeks exactly, I'll finish my second to last semester and will be seeing my long-distance boyfriend and being with him for 3 weeks. Nice. And congrats. And enjoy. Long distance is hard and it's very rewarding. 300 bits from Satsy says, last night I dreamed that I was putting my bag together to go out for coffee. I'm still having mundane but enviable dreams about going out and having a normal life. It's been nearly a year. Help me!
See, I have dreams of people in a group, and I get very anxious about it in the dream.
Yeah. Yeah, my dreams are still normal, but I'm not, but I also don't retain dreams very often. I can just tell that I dreamed. I never told you about that dream I had.
No.
I'll have to tell you sometime. 19 months from Nerdy Revelries, who says, love Stephen picking Texas as a place that's currently warm instead of someplace where it's actually summer, like Australia. Fair. Fair. Although, you know, whenever it comes to thinking about temperatures that the U.S. is collectively experiencing, my mind doesn't go to Australia. If I think of warm places, I just assume Australia. Well, I guess Australia's not warm all the time.
No.
They get cold sometimes. But that's not where my mind goes. Because they're not in winter.
Yes.
That must be why. I filtered out everything that's not going through winter. That was a bit from Luke Alive, says, Wisconsin imperialism intensifies. Hey there, Youpers.
What's the best Packer team? I mean, football team.
I don't know, Mal. What is the best Packer team?
The Packers.
Best Packer team! Go Vikings!
Get out.
I would honestly, I'm not a sports person, but I would wear a shirt that says, the Packers are the best Packer team! Anyway, 11 months from Justin the Light says, using my sub anniversary to ask for the good vibes. My office had to close because of COVID, and I couldn't do any work. Got back yesterday, and there's a lot to do. Maybe I should be working instead of typing. Oh well. Keep up the great work. Well, good vibes sent your way. I hope you can get caught up on work as soon as possible. The thing that helps me whenever I'm working on catching up on stuff is, if I have a set amount to do, I'm certain days behind. If I can do a day's plus worth of work in a day, which I reasonably can, if I can do that on one day, then I mentally tell myself, I'm like, well, then I can do it. If I'm catching up a little bit each day, then I know that eventually I'll be able to accomplish it. So I hope that helps a little bit. Sound started again. 100 bits from Kazeume. Kaze, thank you. 24 months from the Great Ass Fairy, who says, I just woke up. Hi. Happy 2-year sub-anniversary for me. Yay. Thanks for all the laughter. You're welcome. Happy to provide that. We got 300 bits from Prince, who says, some movies has been the topic today, but I have to ask, not Christmas related, but did you ever suffer through the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Yes.
Yes. We watched it with Riff Tracks. It was a few years ago. We watched it with Chaz and Jeff and our friends and everyone in Indiana. So I've never seen it on its own. I've only seen it with people making fun of it. That said, I don't feel like I need to go back and rewatch it again. It's really weird.
Yeah, it is.
It's really, it's not... I think it's probably worth watching. And if you want to watch it with riff tracks, then you can. It's kind of... Yes, like Satsy says, they took yes, that's putting it a little mild, but yeah, they took a few liberties. Mm-hmm. Tyler says it's more odd than bad. Yeah, it's certainly not the best movie ever made, and I don't even know that it would fall into the camp of good, but it's not the worst film, and it's mostly just really bizarre. It's mostly just really, really bizarre. Kind of like a weird dream. I recommend it. 19 months from Osaka Gaming says, another month of fun. I want to do a shout out for all of the mail carriers. They're beginning to work overtime during this time and never receive credit. My dad has been delivering over 200 packages on his route alone. Thank you and have a great day. Shout out to the mail carriers. Let's get good vibes going for the mail carriers. A largely
Unsung hero.
Unsung hero. That was about
I knew where you were trying to go.
Yeah. And yeah, especially, I mean, unsung hero at any point, but especially now when things are going to start, ramping up. Mm-hmm. And I would imagine that there will probably be, I don't know, but I would imagine there'd probably be more mail delivery this year, because with families not gathering in person, and thus bringing packages physically, I almost certainly would guess that there's going to be more Christmas mail.
Yeah.
Jules. Anyway, yeah, so shout out to the mail carriers, and especially for 2020, a bonus extra loud shout, because it's just, I think it's going to get really, really rough as we get closer to the end of the month. 22 months from Opie SSBM. Thank you. 500 bits from Luke Lot says, walkability level Frogger. Yeah, yeah. And like, there's places in Myrtle Beach that are walkable.
Yeah.
Like down in like the city portion, but most...
We have a bus system in the city portion.
Yeah, but like...
It's like 3 buses.
Yeah, it's not impossible to live somewhere in Myrtle Beach where you could walk to places, but it's not like a... I'm gonna say real city. It's not like a real city. Most of the walkability for living in this area, and most of the folks that live down by the beach are retired. But that's what they're doing. It's walkability to the beach.
Yes.
And like
golf carts. Golf carts to Walmart.
Go-kart. And some people do that to Walmart. There might be like a small grocery store close to them, depending on where they are.
Whenever we go to Publix, there's at least like 3 golf carts in the parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people that just ride golf carts from their house to the grocery store. Those people are typically old.
Yeah.
Typically old.
They have them with like the plastic all the way around when it gets cold out.
Yeah. And they take their little dogs.
Yeah.
They all have little dogs.
They do all have little dogs.
They all have little tiny dogs, and they take their little dogs and they sit on the seat next to them. I just described being old in Myrtle Beach.
I want to drive a golf cart like on a main road. See, that's the thing. There's laws about where they can drive, and they're not allowed on
the main
17,
road.
Which is the main road, but they're allowed like to cross it so they can get from the beach up.
Yeah.
And take side roads down the beach.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they can't drive on the main road because they would.
They can't get fast
They
enough.
would die.
Yeah.
They would die. But they can be on the other roads. So they just ride on the sidewalks and gardens. You can't stop them.
No.
If you're on foot, they're faster than you. We got 2 months from Noriski. Thank you. 8 months from I'm Advil Melon. He says, 8 months, yay, but can someone explain the appeal of hash browns to me? I just had them and they taste like a disgusting mushy pile of french fries. I just need someone to explain.
It sounds like you got some bad hash browns.
Yeah, they're not mushy.
Yeah.
They
need a little bit of crisp to them.
Yeah, the appeal of hash browns, similar to french fries to some degree, is that they're a little crisp on the outside and then soft in the inside. Hash browns actually take it a step further, where they're usually fairly crispy on the outside and then mushy on the inside. Also hash browns is vague. There's so many different types. You can get hash brown patties, which most people would know from like McDonald's, bucket McDonald's. Shredded hash browns are probably the more conventional hash browns, where it's just, shredded. It looks like
shredded
this.
potatoes.
Yeah, and then the top is nice and crisp, and then the bottom is soft. In my opinion, hash browns are good on their own as long as they're cooked correctly. If they're mushy, then yeah, they would be disgusting. But as long as they have some crunch to them, yeah, they're good. But they are good with toppings. It's one of the big things at Waffle House. I mean, they're good with so much, actually. Like, cheese,
Chili.
tomatoes, mushrooms.
Capped.
Yeah.
Topped.
There's a lot of good ways to enjoy them.
Covered.
Anyway, but some people just don't like them, and if you don't like them, that's fine. But it does. If you describe them as disgusting mushy pile, I'm like, I don't know if those.
If those were good.
I don't know if you had good hash browns, for what it's worth.
Brian says covered and chunked. Someone knows the Waffle House menu.
Yeah, I get mine covered, capped, and topped. Haven't been there in a while. I cried a little bit inside. But man, I miss it. 10 months from Red Leader 24680 says 10 months, 2 more until a year. Getting close. 14 months from Toaster Wolf 99. We'll get a sub from Crispy Crunchy. Welcome. Also a sub from Retro Racer. Welcome to you. 100 bits from River TW. 300 bits from Family Jewels with the... What am I looking at, Jules?
I don't know.
What is this? It's a Star Rain of... It looks like someone What's the Sesame Street guy that's in the trash can? Is that Grover?
Grouch.
Grouch? Groucho. Grosco?
Oscar.
I don't know, man. I like Groucho.
Oscar the Grouch.
Groucho Marx. Oscar. Oscar's favorite Packers team is Packers. Jules, that's the weirdest, sweetest thing. At some point we'll all be able to be together again. Anyway, it looks like Oscar, but shaved, and a bowling ball comically just fell on his noggin. Anyway, Retro Racer gives us up to Thirst for Magic. Good Games Done Casual gives us up to T3B Smock. And we also have a 22-month sub from Kayla Lala. Kayla, thank you. Anyway.
You gonna remake that noise? Boop, 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 boop.
Makes a little boop, 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 boop sound.
Yes.
Anyway, we should probably just wrap up.
Yes.
Because this sound is not going to go away.
No.
So let me instead tell you about the things that are happening today.
My full version is coming out.
Mal's full version is coming out.
Yes.
Right now, this moment in time, you can watch the time lapse. It's out. If you like the painting enough that you want to bid on it, you can do that too, because the auction will be up for another week.
Yeah.
If you're a big Super Mario Odyssey fan, or if you just like redwood trees, that's a fair thing too. Otherwise, today is Tuesday, so Pikmin 3 is back on the channel, and I guess that's about it. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. All right. All right. That's it. There's no more. Disco Only is next week. Yeah, if anyone came in late, Disco Only is next week. So you can be excited about that, but you're not allowed to be excited until next week. Just so you're aware. Okay. Vlogs are caught up too. I have nothing else to announce.
That's it.
Great. Awesome. Okay.
If this goes on any longer, I may need to leave the house.
Where would we go?
The beach. Go for a walk. We gotta do that thing at some point, too.
No, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Every day is an enigma. We don't know what's going to happen. All right.
That's for sure.
Oh, yeah, I got this
Your cereal bowl.
cereal bowl on the way. Y'all have a great day. We will see you again here on Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern for another breakfast stream.